Okay, so I'm with RIT 1033 here, and we're going to find out what things they've learned in their first 5 weeks at school. So Dan, you had a comment first. We're going to. I'm going to ask you about what you told me a few minutes ago.
Just mainly dealt with respect, like Mr. Howhan in our introductory psych class. Just the way how he spoke to us and the way how he taught, he had a lot of respect for us, like understanding that we're adults, same as him. Whereas you take a look at those back in high school, like you're in first year grade 12 or second year grade 12 for whatever reason, and that sort of respect just isn't there fully because you've had that history back when you started in grade 9 and then continue on. So the teachers still know you slightly as you were as a small 15-year-old instead of as an adult.
Yeah. Are you generally treated with respect around here, do you think?
Yeah.
Do the teachers generally teach you with respect? Well, that's
Better.
They're better? Okay. Now the next question is for Jeff, who who commented on sort of the inverse side of respect, which is coming from the students to the teachers and deals with more deception. What do you have to tell me?
For the first week, there's not very many people you know in class, or like the teacher doesn't know who you are per se. And next thing you know, you see a buddy walk into your classroom, and then you just start going along with the subject that you were on discussion about at that time. And your friend and you are just arguing between each other, knowing that it's just a friendly argument, but your teacher is kind of just like, whoa, what's going on here? This is what's going on, like, this class is wild kind of deal. And then next thing you know, later on in the course, they realize that we're not bad people, we do get along with each other, it's just, we just like to give each other a hard time. We do that throughout the whole class, like everybody does that. Like,
You're fooling the teacher. Do others of you feel like you're fooling the teacher sometime? That you're kind of pulling our leg, you're joking with us?
I think comments some people make, like sometimes, yeah. And people may not realize that they're doing it, but they probably do it. Like comments, like smart ass remarks and stuff like that. Obviously, they're gonna throw in there.
Yeah.
So. I guess it's a bit. I guess that would be counted as deception too, just smart ass remarks, because I don't know if you knows if they're taking it seriously or not.
So the next thing I want to ask you is about how you, what makes a class interesting? And Henry had a comment here, which was,
my teacher, Paul Hallahan, for my psych class, he was talking about his childhood and how he would go to school and skip through a little farm field. And one time when he was just going through that little farm field, a bull just happened to be right in front of him. And so he was teaching us like what parts of the brain that would affect and what parts would go off, and how he just froze up and then just turned around and ran. Didn't even care if the bull was running after him. He was just out of there. So.
Looks like a deer.
Yeah, and he just bolted over a fence too that probably wouldn't be able to do it if he wasn't that frightened. So.
so he was teaching about how the brain works.
Yeah.
And did it stick with you?
Oh yeah.
And you had another story, Jeff, about learning from an example too, which you can explain briefly.
Learning from an example? I guess there's a lot more.
The giraffe one.
The giraffe one? Oh yeah, that was about it. I guess that's actually a good one for psychology or whatever, because what the video is pretty much about is about a giraffe getting stuck in quicksand and going through all the emotions of like pretty much death, because he knows he's going to die in this quicksand, so he's going through all the emotions. So in psychology, you kind of learn about like the emotions of like how your brain functions in that kind of situation, and what you're like. It's kind of a whole bunch of things, right? It's a little bit of sociology and psychology and a little bit of everything put together. So it's kind of a funny little video to kind of get you thinking about your classes and stuff. It's you also from examples, like if you're learning from examples, it's not just school that you learn from. It's personal experiences that you learn from while going to school or just before school. Mm-hmm. And usually those can get you by pretty easily.
Okay.
Well, the biggest thing I learned from that video is that anger is the most hilarious thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You've been looking, so obviously Mr. Hallahan's doing something right, but you've been seeing some ads in different classes. Someone want to talk about that, how you were enjoying those? Steve.
Yeah, actually there's this one ad that we were talking about it's denied ads. It was the ads that did not get picked to be shown in the public. And there was one ad in particular. You have P. Diddy, who's kind of aggressively embracing this girl up against the wall, and it looks like, you know, she's being sexually abused. And in fine lettering, it said, "With life without passion is unforgivable." And then, like in big bold, that's like the first thing you see after you see the picture, is "unforgivable woman." So it kind of makes you automatically think, is this kind of a rape ad or something like that? Women's self-defense, you know, the P. Diddy's gonna get you. You know,
Get this perfume. Get sexually assaulted.
Always check the closet.
But yeah, it was a perfume ad, and that's like the last thing you see, and it's just totally put out of context. It's actually kind of funny.
And do you think that's what got your attention then? The fact that the ad.
Well, the way the ad worked was, you know, it's supposed to make your eyes kind of look down and notice the picture and then the big words, right? So like when you see that, it's just like, oh my God, is that real? So yeah, it kind of impacted memory.
Yeah.
If you wear this, P. Diddy will rape you.
Yeah.
There's also that other one too. It's a BMW ad, and this guy and this girl are
Doing
in
it
a
bad.
sexual state in bed, and they're like half naked and everything. And this girl has a magazine cover over top of her face, and the guy's looking right at the magazine cover and like of the car, and it's just like, but he's pretty much having sex with the car, but it's the girl at the same time. And it's pretty funny. Like, but it's the opposite way around too. And when you look at the opposite version with the woman being on top, with the guy with the photo on top of his face, the girl isn't even looking at the photo. She's looking straight up in the sky. So it's just like, okay, well that guy's using her as the car, and then she's using him as, well, his face is covered, and
It's not even looking at it,
and I'm
so
not
that
even looking
means,
at the picture, so who gives a shit about the guy?
Did you look at this kind of ad at high school, or do you feel this is
No.
part of being treated as a bit more of an adult, maybe?
I wouldn't even go that far as it being treated as an adult, because I'm pretty sure anybody can discover that this ad is symbolizing this, and this is what it's supposed to represent.
I
And
don't
like,
know about it being shown in high school though.
Yeah, especially
yeah,
as an
they don't
example.
really go that far in high school. Yeah, they don't really go that far in high school. But like if you really wanted to, they could take it in high school, and it wouldn't really make a big difference. Because kids in high school
It'd be
generally
more-
got the concept of it anyways.
It'd be more immature comments about it anyway, like
Yeah.
it'd be brought up in class.
Like, that chick's getting double paged.
All right. So what else have we got to add here? What about the assignments you're getting? Let's go over to Elliot because he's sitting there. So, yeah, let's say something, and then I'll go over to O'Neill, and we'll make sure everybody has something to say.
Yes. I don't know.
Do you like it?
I'm gonna remember all my friends and just the experiences we're gonna have. Just people I've met.
Usually, you're looking forward to enjoying being here and getting to know people.
Well, I came here knowing absolutely no one and leaving home with like basically no friends. So coming here was just a brand new experience.
So you like the fact that you're getting to know people
Oh,
and
yeah.
you're getting friends. This class, are you finding generally, because it's only 40 people or 45 people? Let's go to O'Neill. Are you finding you're meeting people and enjoying?
Yeah, it's probably like one of the experiences I probably remember. It's just like the people I met here and parties and stuff. The girls in school, of course. Can't forget that. The videos we've seen in class are pretty like weird at some points, but like I learned a lot from them. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
One of tribes.
Yeah.
Logo painters are the best.
What about Ryan too? What have you? What you
Well,
say?
I don't know. I guess it's just the whole experience that I'm remembering for him, and just like not just during school, but before and after too.
So it's more than just your classes.
Yeah,
it's,
more
it's
than
the
just
whole.
it's the whole
The year
course
round.
experience,
The
yeah.
year round.
And you talked about at the beginning, Jeff, about it being a journey, and that's really what the whole thing is.
Yeah, primarily, yeah. Because there's not much to really look forward to when you grow up in London. Like, is there to do, really? Like, there's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing. I hate London. Like, it sucks. But the thing is like when you got something to look forward to, like school, it makes it that just more enjoyable. Like coming to Fanshawe, that's pretty sick. Cause like, you know, my sister goes to Winter University. That's pretty awesome for her, right? But you know, I wouldn't want to be outside of where my family isn't, because then, you know, it gets a little bit like it's financially hard on the student and the parents, because both the parents and the student sometimes are combined into one thing. And like, for example, I didn't have enough money for all my books, so I had to get my dad to help me with my books. So if I was out of town, I would have to drive all the way back, get the money, drive all the way back there, get the books, and then, you know, drive all the way back, give my dad the receipt, because that's what he would want.
Haven't heard about internet banking, I guess?
No, I don't do that.
Too easy for someone to steal.
So I think just the experience of it being in my own hometown and you know, gives me a little bit, keeps me out of trouble.
Okay.
Keeps me out of trouble.
Okay, here's
Well, that sort of trouble.
yeah, some trouble anyway. Here's the